All right, we are here with Eric today. His graduation, I think, brought a ripple of joy throughout the whole clinic because we have loved having him here. He's the most positive patient we've seen in a long time, one of the most positive. So today I want you to kind of share a little bit about your journey, what it was like when you came here, what was your daily life like?
Absolutely. This all actually kind of started 12 years ago. Shattered my ankle, ended up having reconstructive surgery. At the time, was a 25-year-old young male, healthy marathon runner. 7 weeks post-op, ankle just went kind of kaput. I was one of the lucky ones. I had a doctor who diagnosed it within 8 hours of getting it. Knew right away what it was, but it was legalities of workman's comp that dragged everything out. So went down the whole battle, or the whole process of 5 years doing the traditional ways Google says to do things. Nothing happened. Gave up hope until October. We were discussing amputation, wheelchair, things like this, and a few days later we were headed to pick up our youngest from a birthday party, and they asked if she could stay later, and we're like, sure. You know what? We go to this pumpkin patch corn maze type event that was right down the street. We're walking out of it, there's a chiropractor there doing free marketing adjustments. Give Stephanie one, and then ask if I want one, and just kept it simple. No thank you, I've got this pain disease. Instantly knew right away. He knew about CRPS, knew about the Spero clinic, started ramping and raging about Fayetteville, Arkansas, and we're like, what the heck is this? So sat with that information for a bit, made the call a few weeks later. I was like, it's too good to be true. Met with Dr. K, and that's when kind of my life changed. She was the very first doctor that heard me, believed me, listened. From there, it was just kind of like a spaceship. It was getting everything ready. They had an opening within a month. This is the day after Christmas. We're moving out here. We've got a family of 6 kids, business back home, life, dog, everything that happens, and we just kind of put it in God's hands. Now, showing up here, that's where, how I've explained to people at home, there is something special over Fayetteville. What you guys have here is, there's something special. From the very first second we arrived, we knew we were where we're supposed to be at. From the staff members, from just even the city involved. The love that people have for Spero Clinic is huge. From Uber drivers that never stepped inside, they're like, that's one of the most magical places we've ever seen, to random people in grocery stores or pizza parlors or wherever you can imagine. Thai places the other night. Everyone knows about this place here. But Spero isn't like anything else. How I try to tell friends, yes.
I was just going to say, I want to touch on that because you said it felt too good to be true.
It really did.
And I remember you actually almost didn't come.
That is so true.
So for the people that are out there that are just in that space thinking, I've been suffering for so long, this can't be a real thing. It is too good to be true. Like, you've been there.
I've been
there.
there.
Shed some light on that.
Okay, so I'm going to give pure transparency. So Christmas Day was not the best day in our family. It was a day that we had family over, we had friends over, we had kind of everyone, and I imploded because the fear of leaving the next day, believing that there was this place in, again, Fayetteville, Arkansas, where you don't know where it's even at. They have the answer. How are you telling me this place here has the answers and Harvard doesn't, Johns Hopkins doesn't, Mayo doesn't, but they promised us the world? And I remember I called up Alexis. She didn't answer, thank God. To message her, I was like, I quit, I'm not coming, give my spot to someone else. And she said, nope, you're getting on that damn plane tomorrow, and not accepting any other answer. And I sat in my own self-pity for a minute, and then I showed up here, and I remember the very first moment I stood in front of those doors and I sobbed because I started seeing patients pull up that I didn't feel alone. It was the first place I met CRPS patients. I wasn't alone, and they were from all over the world. All shapes, all body styles, ethnicities, backgrounds, ages, everything. You guys had it all here. Showing up here, though, I mean, you felt it. I felt it as soon as I walked through those doors. I was like, there's something different about this place. It's not like what, for viewers out there watching, like, is this really true? Is this really a place? Again, you can dive in, you can go into every rabbit hole online, You're going to find good, bad, and the ugly about everything. But what I've loved about Spero is they've been transparent on things. Again, a lot of bad reviews that are out there, again, people that haven't ever been here, or again, it just comes down to hurt feelings. And I had such hurt feelings. This place, they truly care. What I noticed from the very get-go, you guys were compassionate. Every single staff member was like, may I shake your hand? May I touch you? May this, where it wasn't, your pain is not real. Disregard what you're thinking. You guys made me feel seen for the first time. And being 6'3", 350 pounds, like, I always felt invisible until I came to this place and it was like, okay, I'm heard. Now I want to paint the roller coaster of it because that's one thing we were actually just talking about at lunch. It's, if you are going to head to the Spero clinic, I want to give you the pure transparency because you guys taught it very well. CRPS just didn't happen. It's a lifelong buildup of trauma, hurts, all these things that happen. And people, you know, we get in the mindset, I had it, I'm going to show up here, I'm going to be pain-free the first day. Is it going to be this? Why does it take 13, 14 weeks? Why is this? All these questions that come. No, this is a roller coaster of emotions. But like I told today at my graduation, trust the process. You know, you're going to have your great days and you're going to have your bad days. You're unwinding 12 years of pain. I was unwinding 12 years of medications, narcotics, nicotine, all these things that helped cope at Unwire. So there's many days that I wanted to quit, but having a support system around you, having staff members that understood, it's like, wait, you're just being an idiot for a second. You're gonna be fine in 5 minutes. Give it some time. And it was. But this is the place. Stephanie and I made the decision. Like, if our kids ever get sick, unless it's like an acute or they need stitches right away, we're bringing them here. Mm-hmm. You guys are on the verge of, in my opinion, figuring out cancer, figuring out so many other autoimmune diseases. What you guys do here really matters. So we are forever indebted to Spero Clinic. You guys are. You guys
we
are our
love
family.
you, our whole staff, and all the patients. And I think it's hard to see when you're in it. You know, you're just so engulfed by this pain, and you can't ever imagine that good things are actually going to come from it.
Yes.
And in some ways, life is actually even sweeter than it was before you got CRPS.
So true. It's really made me open my eyes on what matters more in this life now. Especially now, because again, you guys gave me something today I never thought I'd get again, a second chance. And now I get to go get married to my best friend. I get to go take back my life. I gotta find out who Eric is.
What are you most excited to do?
Oh my goodness. You know, one of the weird things, I had messaged, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, because now like my brain doesn't turn off, because not because of pain anymore, it's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So like the other morning, it's like 4 a.m. in the morning, I messaged her, I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta ride this ride. So we have a big water park in our hometown. I'm like, we gotta ride this ride together, we gotta do this, I can't wait for this, we're gonna take the kids on that. Like, small, simple things. From buying shoes, like I wore the same pair of shoes for 7 years, to I've got shoes being shipped to the house that I get there tomorrow that I'm like, I can't wait to try on for the first time.
Just to be pain-free.
Just to be pain-free. Like, it was, especially today, seeing it, the impact it made on my kids. I'm ready to get back and be dad. I'm ready to get back and be dad.
Well, they're very, very lucky to have you, and we're gonna miss you so
I know.
much. I think the last question I would ask you is, and we ask every patient that comes through our program this, what do you think is the difference between being successful or unsuccessful in this program?
Oh my God, it's the bit you actually have to want it. It's I know many people show up here that are trying to just check boxes. You got to want remission. You really have, and understanding what it is. And I think a lot of it is, I had to go through all the hard no's, all the hard doctors, the pains, to know I wanted this bad enough. Because like I told her, I was like, if I would have got sent here a year ago, I don't think I would have taken this serious enough. But when it's finally, you're up against the wall, amputation staring you down the throat, all these things that are just like, that's reality. And it's like, okay, nope, they have something different. What you guys explained from the very get-go made sense. I'm like, you know what, let's give it a shot. But just trust the process. Again, things here, the procedures here are not here to hurt you. They're not here to harm you. There are things that suck while you go through it, but if they suck while going through it, that means they're doing their job. If it's comfortable, you're not here. But like I told everyone going through here, I'm not here to be comfortable. So if you're gonna come, make the time. Again, I tell anyone to come here, make it happen. We can figure out how to get you here. But get here, trust the process, and just, again, remember it's such a small, pivotal moment in your life for a much larger grand scale. So
Yes. What is 14 weeks
Yeah,
compared to
14
the
weeks
rest
is
of your
nothing.
life?
nothing. Yeah, it's funny to look at, sitting from this day, looking back at Christmas, I'm like, I felt like it was yesterday, but
Well, we're so proud of you. Thank you for sharing
Of
your
course.
story. I know you're going to continue to help so many people, and we can't wait to watch.
Yay! Thank you guys for
Yay.
everything.